Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And in this specific essay that we are going to discuss today, we are going to work on the specific topic of agree and disagree essay, and agree disagree essays are a bit more technical. ये ज्यादा technical है in comparison to advantage, disadvantage, or problem and solution, and even the opinion. What is the basic reason? ये essays different क्यों है? I'm using two languages so that my foreign students and my local students both could betterly understand. मैं दो जुबानें यूज कर रहा हूँ ताकि मेरे दोनों स्टूडेंट जो हैं वो बेहतर तरीके से इसको समझ सकें, पाकिस्तानी भी और फॉरेनर्स भी. First, I explain in English and then I repeat and revise in Urdu. So now, this agree or disagree essay is different than the other essays. For first reason is that in agree disagree essay, we cannot take up both agree and disagree in the same time. If we talk about agree and disagree essay versus advantage disadvantage essay, what was happening? In advantage disadvantage essay, after introduction, we were making paragraph number 2 containing advantages explanation, paragraph 3 after 2 containing the explanation of disadvantages, and then the conclusion. Now, in agree disagree essay, we have to take one stance in the introduction. Do we agree or we do not agree? If we agree, we will make all points for paragraph 2 and 3 relating to agreement. If we disagree, we will make all points of para 2 and 3 relating to disagreement. We cannot take both of the sides together. अब उर्दू में अगर हम जाएं essay की तरफ, तो essay को लिखने के वास्ते we used to go for 4 paragraphs. पहला पैराग्राफ इंट्रोडक्शन, दूसरा एक्सप्लेनेशन, तीसरा भी एक्सप्लेनेशन और चौथा कंक्लूजन. अगर हम बात करते हैं एडवांटेज डिसएडवांटेज एसे की, तो एडवांटेज और डिसएडवांटेज एसे के अंदर हम करते ये थे कि इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद पैराग्राफ नंबर 2 में हम एडवांटेजेस को एक्सप्लेन करते थे, और सर ने बताया था कि 4 आइडिया, 4 इंपैक्ट्स और 2 एग्जांपल्स काफी होती हैं एक साइड के लिए. तो आपने एडवांटेज के लिए 4 आइडिया, 4 इंपैक्ट्स और 2 एग्जांपल्स फिट कर दी पैराग्राफ 2 में. फिर आपने पैराग्राफ 3 के अंदर 4 आइडियाज, 4 इंपैक्ट्स एंड 2 एग्जांपल्स फिट कर दिए डिसएडवांटेजेस के लिए, और आपने कंक्लूजन लिखा. अब जब आप एग्री डिसएग्री ऐसे पे आएंगे ना, तो आप अगर एग्री करते हैं या डिसएग्री करते हैं स्टेटमेंट के साथ, यू हैव टू टेक दैट स्टांस इन द इंट्रोडक्शन. आपने इंट्रोडक्शन में खुद तो क्लियर करके बताना है एग्जामिनर. फॉर एन एग्जांपल, इफ यू गो ऑन दिस एसे व्हिच इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, लुक एट दिस एसे. व्हाट दिस एसे इज सेइंग? दिस एसे सेज दैट crime is a this essay says that crime is a big problem in the world. So topic of the essay is crime, and the focus is the whole world. There is no developed, no underdeveloped countries discussion. So crime is a topic, focus is the whole world. Many believe nothing can be done to prevent it. It is the statement, it is the essay's statement. Nothing can be done to prevent it. हम क्राइम को रोक नहीं सकते. बहुत से लोग कहते हैं हम क्राइम को रोक नहीं सकते. To what extent do you agree? Also, now I am to tell examiner about my agreement not with crime or the word. मैंने बताना है कि मैं एग्री इस स्टेटमेंट के साथ करता हूं या डिसएग्री, मैं एग्री नहीं करता. So what is the point of concern here? Crime is uncontrollable. I agree or not. If I say I agree, then I will give at least 7, 8 ideas that why I am agreeing with this statement now. And if I do not agree, then I have to give 7, 8 ideas to exemplify examiner that if I am not agreeing, if I am disagreeing, these are the reasons. तो मैं दोनों साइड के 4-4 पॉइंट्स अब नहीं ले रहा एग्री डिसएग्री के. अगर मैं एग्री करता हूं कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता, तो मुझे उसके लिए 6, 7, 8 पॉइंट्स लेने और 4 एग्जांपल्स. अगर मैं डिसएग्री करता हूं तो मुझे 3, 4, 5 नहीं, मुझे फिर आप 6, 7, 8 आइडियाज, इंपैक्ट्स और कम से कम 4 एग्जांपल्स चाहिए. सो जब हम एग्री डिसएग्री ऐसे लिखेंगे तो वी हैव टू टेक वन साइड. हमें एक साइड पकड़नी है, एग्री करना है, डिसएग्री करना है. और सारे पॉइंट्स एग्री कर रहे हैं तो एग्री से रेलेवेंट होंगे, डिसएग्री कर रहे हैं तो डिसएग्री से रेलेवेंट होंगे. ये हो गई पहली बात. Number 2, what should we do? हम एक साइड को लेंगे और ज्यादा आइडियाज अगर हमसे नहीं बन रहे हैं, व्हाट शुड वी डू? हमें हर आइडिया के साथ एग्जाम्पल कोट कर देनी चाहिए, तो लेंथ ऑटोमेटिकली ज्यादा हो जाएगी। नंबर 2, अगर हम डिसएग्री करते हैं तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि क्राइम इस रीजन से होता है। अगर इस रीजन को कंट्रोल कर लेंगे तो क्राइम रुक जाएगा। तो वी कैन इवन मेक आवर राइटिंग बेटर बाय अज्यूमिंग the reason of the crime and then elimination of the crime, and in this way we will be working on almost double length of the sentences। बजाय इसके काम ये कि मैं डिसएग्री करता हूं बिकॉज पुलिस है, आई डिसएग्री, के फौज है, आई डिसएग्री, के कैमरास लगा लें, आई डिसएग्री, एजुकेशन बढ़ा लें। वी शुड से दैट क्राइम्स होते हैं बिकॉज वर्क जो आपकी लॉ एनफोर्समेंट एजेंसीज हैं वो कम है, हमने रीजन बता दी। अगर हम उनको बढ़ा दें तो क्राइम को रोका जा सकता है। अब आप रीजन, इंपैक्ट ऑफ रीजन और सोल्यूशन तीनों को लेके जब साथ चलेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपको 8 पॉइंट शायद ना बनाने पड़े, आपको शायद 5-6 आइडियाज में ही आपका ऐसे ऑटोमेटिकली 300 वर्ड्स को क्रॉस करके निकल जाएगा। मगर आपको एक स्टैंस लेना, यू हैव टू टेक वन स्टैंस, या एग्री या डिसएग्री। आप दोनों को एक वक्त में कैरी नहीं कर सकते हैं। सो आई एम गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन द आंसर्स नाउ। आई गिव यू 5 मिनट्स टू लुक एट द क्वेश्चन and see that if there is any question, if something that you think that abhi tak aapko samajh nahi aaya, that you are not understanding, please do ask me that question. I'm stopping recording for a while and then after 5 minutes break I will come back and I will start answering according to my pattern. What is my pattern? Step number 1. What is step number 1? We should identify the ideas in 5 minutes. Step number 2, we should write the introduction. Step number 3, we will write explanation para 1. Step number 4, explanation para 2. Step number 5 will be the conclusion. Step 6 will be the review. Paragraph कितने होंगे? 4. Introduction, explanation, फिर explanation और फिर conclusion. एक introduction, एक conclusion, 2, और इन दोनों के दरमियान में 2 body paragraphs explanation के लिए होंगे। So 4 paragraphs में हम आंसर करेंगे। आपके पास 5 मिनट है, टॉपिक को गौर से देख लीजिए, जो कुछ मैंने समझाया है उसको बारे में सोचिए 5 मिनट के लिए। If there will be some question, I will answer that question first and then I will start. So now we proceed. The question is, crime is a big problem in the whole world. Many believe that nothing can be done to prevent it. कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता है इसको रोकने के लिए। Do you agree or disagree? आप agree करते हैं, disagree? If you ask me, I will write the essay in front of you. I will not agree. I disagree with this statement that nothing can be done. Why I'm disagreeing? So I'm going to make the points in front of you, and the same points I will explain in my explanation of this specific question. Okay. So I'm going to work on my essay, and first of all, I'm going to adjust my write-up. And now the points are the ideas that I will explain. Ideas for disagreement. You will do this thing. You will do this thing on your question paper in your exam. Okay. First point that I will make, I do not agree with this thing that fraud has no solution. I disagree with this thing because number 1, police forces, or better word would be law enforcement agencies should increase numbers. मेरा ख्याल है अगर इनके नंबर्स बढ़ जाते हैं तो शायद हम रोक सकें किसी हद तक इसको क्राइम को। Number 2, the second thing is vigilance. If we make vigilance more stronger, अगर हम vigilance को ज्यादा stronger करते हैं, vigilance stronger by technology, this can reduce the crime. I can give the example of cameras, like for example, city cams. For an example, we can give the example of CCTVs and etc. Number 3, third thing that I will make as an idea that I do not agree that crime is uncontrollable. I do not agree. The third thing is government support for amenities uplift. अगर government बढ़ा देती है services, amenities means services for the people. I can give the example here of education, medical care, and I will give the example of social services. People will be having lesser burden on them, and then the crime will be automatically go down. So I will make this as an idea that I do not agree, because if government does like that, the crime can be eliminated. Number 4, educational reforms. Number 3, number 4, number 5, quick justice. Quick justice method. Number 6, punishment structure. Number 7, ethical coaching. Ethical coaching. So these all can be really very helpful for me if I disagree with the examiner, with the point that nothing can be done to prevent the fraud. So I will use these points to express myself as that I do not agree fraud can be prevented. I do not agree that nothing can be done. Fraud can be prevented. So I will be working on this. So now I'm going to write the introduction now. Introduction. As you know, introduction will be little different in this specific essay, because इससे पहले जितने भी essay हमने लिखे हैं, हमने पहला सेंटेंस लिखा है टॉपिक और फोकस पे, यहाँ भी वही होगा, मगर हमने हमेशा दूसरा सेंटेंस लिखा है साइड 1 पे, तीसरा लिखा है साइड 2 पे, चौथा लिखा है अपनी ओपिनियन पे, और पांचवा लिखा है हमने अपने प्लान पे एज पर आवर 5S फार्मूला. मगर यहाँ पे हमारा 5S फार्मूला नहीं होगा, यहाँ पे हमारा 4S फार्मूला होगा, बिकॉज यहाँ पे साइड एक ही है. एंड व्हाट इज दैट? नथिंग कैन बी डन, जिसके साथ हमने एग्री करना. नथिंग कैन बी डन टू प्रिवेंट द फ्रॉड, because second side hai, so only one side, so the introduction will be of 4 sentences. Crime, I will not change my note and I will not change my scheme of writing, I will not change my style of writing so that aap logon ko takleef mehsoos na ho. I will not change the style. Crime has become a challenging incident. The fraud has become challenging incident in almost all societies across the globe, irrespective of developing or developed countries, full stop. Now I have written one sentence that now contains the topic and the focus, and this will reflect examiner that I'm known to what is the main theme of this essay and what should be the task response. Some people argue that fraudulent activities, it is a synonym of crime, are uncontrollable in every society, in every economy, in every economy. I do not agree with this point of view. I do not agree with this point of view because, comma, in my opinion, comma, numerous smart measures can be adequate in proper prevention of this shameful act. Stop. I will explain my perspective in detail later in this essay. Full stop. So now what I did, I have only mentioned one side, and that is what I disagree. I have mentioned the argument and I have disagreed with. So one sentence is shorter. I've written only the 4 sentences. When we were writing the 5 sentences, we were at about 80 words. Now we are at about 65 words because we are short of one sentence. So now we are going for the explanation, and explanation now will contain 2 paragraphs. Both paras will be for the same thing of disagreement, and I will explain these 7 points, 4 in the paragraph number 2, 3 in paragraph number 3, 4 in paragraph number 2, and then I will explain 3 in paragraph number 3 of the explanation. Means essays para 2 and 3 will contain these 7 points, 4 and 3. To initiate with, the consideration of manageable crime rate, comma, it is important. I'm not changing my style, okay? I have written all essays in the same style. And it is the 4th write-up of mine in this class. If somebody have not taken the lecture how to write the essay, they can type on the Google the best plan for essay writing with Zeeshan, and they will get the lectures, the best plan, the marking scheme, the paragraphs in essay, the total steps in the essay writing, all the lectures will be available. It is important to understand that personal people, log, personal are much lesser in number in law enforcement agencies in comparison to the public. Full stop. So I have given the reason in comparison to public. I have given the reason. Now we'll solve it now. If this number could be enhanced, comma, the more effective vigilance can be ensured. to reduce the crime rate. Full stop. So now I'm going to write the second idea. It is also noticeable that. Now I'm going to work on the second idea. Vigilance stronger and CCTV. It is also noticeable that the countries which have adopted the modern surveillance strategies like CCTV cameras, city cameras with drones have curtailed their crime rate positively. Full stop. For an example, Karachi in Pakistan. Karachi in Pakistan, where crime percentage has declined. I'm using synonyms: curtail, decline, reduce. Do not repeat the word unnecessarily. If you will repeat the word unnecessarily, this will reflect examiner that you are weak in vocabulary. Has declined. Handsomely, full stop. Handsomely, full stop. Adding to it. Karachi, a city in Pakistan. Adding to it, I'm bringing a third point down now. One vital factor behind higher crime rates is lack of facilities and inequalities in some society or segment. Full stop. If government, I have written the reason, now I'm writing the solution. If governments can take an initiative to uplift the basic necessities of life, as education, medical care and social security, much of the crime attraction. Much of the crime and attraction be reduced in that area. Full stop. Furthermore, I'm bringing the fourth point now. Furthermore, comma. So we are not using the word finally, because finally we use for the last idea. In the previous essays, we were using the word finally in paragraph 2 and lastly in paragraph number 3. Why? Because we were explaining two separate things in para 2 and 3. Here we are explaining only one thing. So we cannot use the word finally in the second para. Furthermore, bring the fourth idea now. Furthermore, educational reforms such as technical education for youth can be supported for promotion of self-employment in the state, in the states. Same self-employment will lift up standard of living and crime rate will curtail. If I have used the word curtail, we can use the word decline, drop. Crime rate will drop. Full stop. So one paragraph with 4 arguments is over, and the total width of words is 170. Look at this one. Do not get worried that I'm not having 8 points, 8 ideas, 8 impacts, and 4 examples. What will happen? I have explained only 4. In previous essays, purane essays mein, I was explaining 4 ideas, 4 impact with 2 examples, and I was making about 130 words. Here I have made 4 ideas, 4 impact, and 2 examples, 175 words. So if you will try to add up examples with every of the idea, even in a small sentence, you will get the desired line. Do not worry about anything. Moreover, परेशान बिल्कुल ही मत होया करें. Moreover, bring the next point now. Education, quick justice. Moreover, the quick justice system can also be a hurdle, rukawat in the way of crime, because criminals will get the punishment in fast track. The same will lead as a lesson for others to prevent themselves from malicious acts of bribe or others. Full stop. Okay. So now How many are we left with? We are left with the punishment structure and ethical coaching. If you want to wind it up, we can work on lastly. If we do not want to wind it up, we can write two more ideas. In addition, comma, the inclusion of ethical chapters in the syllabus of the schools and colleges, comma, much responsible youth can be grown to settle the crime rates. Finally, comma, the stiff punishment structure like Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, KSA, like KSA, much pressure can be built psychologically on the community to avoid any unlawful act harmful for public. Full stop. Can be built. Okay. So now these are what the 7 points that we have written, and we have made the sentences of all 7 ideas with the impacts and the examples. And this paragraph number 2 was containing 3 ideas with almost 1 example, and the width is about 95 words. Now we are on the conclusion, and in conclusion we will write 5 sentences as we write, but here we will write 4 for the reason that we have only 1 side to work on, and that is what disagreement. Concluding the topic, यहाँ पे 4 sentence होंगे, 5 नहीं. Concluding the topic, in my personal point of view, although crime is a serious matter to be dealt in whole world. बहुत बड़ा मैटर है, इसको पूरी दुनिया में हैंडल किया जाना है, the whole world. But some adequate and efficient measures, efficient steps can really be a big deterrent for this poor activity. And that's all. As we did not matter to deal in the whole world. Okay, so now we have written about 35 words. We are 10 words short in comparison to our normal essay, because we were only 1 side to write here in the conclusion as well. In other essays, we were having 2 sides. For an example, advantage and disadvantage, we were writing 2 sentences in the conclusion. One was relating to advantage, one was relating to disadvantage. अगर प्रॉब्लम सोल्यूशन ऐसे था तो एक सेंटेंस प्रॉब्लम का था, एक सोल्यूशन का था. अगर ओपिनियन ऐसे था और 2 आर्गुमेंट से, तो एक आर्गुमेंट 1 एक आर्गुमेंट 2 था. यहाँ पे क्योंकि हमारे पास पॉइंट ऑफ डिस्कशन ही एक है, तो इसलिए हमारा एक सेंटेंस यहाँ पे भी कम हो गया, लाइक इंट्रोडक्शन। और इंट्रोडक्शन में भी हम 10-12-15 वर्ड से शॉर्ट थे, और यहाँ पे भी हम 10 वर्ड से शॉर्ट है। इफ आई टेक अप लेंथ ऑफ द होल एसे, इट इज 35 प्लस 95 प्लस 175 प्लस 65. We were worried that we are with the lesser ideas, but we see the length will be much more than the essays that we have already written. 35, 130, it is 305 and 370 word essays in front of you. We did not effort extraordinarily. We did not stretch ourselves. We went with a complete ease of mind. People say that 40 minute में कैसे manage हो जाएगा computer पे. I discussed, I made it understandable. I have written the ideas. I have written the essay. मैंने समझाया भी है, बताया भी है, लिखा भी है, लिखाया भी है. And I took only, it will be astonishing for you, 30 minutes in this whole process of write-up, idea generation, and even making things understandable to you. So stay confident. 40 minutes बहुत होते हैं लिखने के लिए, अगर आप follow करेंगे वो plan जो मैंने आपको बताया. You people are more than welcome to ask me any questions.